Hello friends. Welcome to Study Time. Today current affairs for competitive exams 2021. Iran's largest navy ship sinks. Iran's largest navy ship, Iris Khag, sank after catching fire near the mouth of the Gulf on the 2nd of June 2021. The incident took place during training in the Gulf of Oman, a sensitive waterway that connects to the Strait of Hormuz through which about a fifth of the world's oil passes. Iran regularly conducts exercises in the area. ISWAI appoints Neeta Kapoor as CEO. Industry body International Spirits and Wines Association of India (ISWAI) has announced the appointment of Neeta Kapoor as its Chief Executive Officer (CEO). Kapoor will be taking over the role effective the 3rd of June 2021. ISWAI represents large foreign liquor companies in India including Diageo, United Spirits, Pernod Ricard, Beam Suntory, Bacardi, Brown Forman, Moët Hennessy, etc. Retired intel officers need God's permission. Retired government servants, who have worked in any intelligence organizations, will not be able to publish any details involving the affairs without prior clearance from the head of the organization. The decision came after the Depth of Personnel and Training (DOPT) amended the Central Civil Services Pension Rules, 1972, to bar government officials from publishing any sensitive information. Arun Kumar Mishra, NHRC Chairman. Former Supreme Court Judge, Justice Arun Kumar Mishra on the 2nd of June 2021 took over as the Chairman of the National Human Rights Commission, NHRC. He had retired from the Apex Court in September 2020. The National Human Rights Commission of India is a statutory public body constituted on the 12th of October 1993 under the Protection of Human Rights Ordinance of the 28th of September 1993. Mergers and acquisitions. Accenture has entered an agreement to acquire Paris-based technology consulting firm Nel Ammonia to strengthen its position in the enterprise performance management (EPM) market. With an aim to make scaling easier for organizations globally, XTO10X has acquired SaaS-based human resources tech startup, Dockable. India's exports jumped to $32.21 billion in May. India's merchandise exports in May 2021 was $32.21 billion, an increase of 67.39% over May 2020, the Commerce Ministry's preliminary data showed. Exports in May 2020 stood at $19.24 billion and in May 2019 it was at $29.85 billion. Imports in May rose by 68.54% to $38.53 billion, from $22.86 billion in May 2020. In May 2019, imports stood at $46.68 billion. India's GDP grows 1.6% in Janma. The country's gross domestic product grew at 1.6% in the January to March quarter of the last fiscal year, 2020-21, showed government data on the 31st of May 2021. In the fourth quarter of the last fiscal, agriculture grew at 3.1%. The manufacturing sector posted a growth of 6.9%. The growth in the construction sector stood at 14.5%. Centre allocates 7,000 crore rupees grant to W Bengal. The centre has allocated around 7,000 crore rupees grant to West Bengal under Jal Jeevan Mission for 202,122 to provide every household with an assured tap water supply. Out of 163.25 lakh rural households in West Bengal, tap water supply to home was limited to only 2.14 lakh households, which are about 1%. The coverage has increased to 9.90% against the national average of 39%. Shefali Verma continues to top ICC rankings. Teenage India batswoman Shefali Verma continues to top the ICC Women T20I batting rankings. She has 776 points and is leading second-placed Beth Mooney of Australia by 32 points. India's T20 vice-captain, Smriti, is fourth with 693 points. Jemima Rodriguez is the third Indian in the top 10 of the T20I batting rankings with 640 points. WHO approves China's SINOVAC. The World Health Organization has approved China's SINOVAC COVID vaccine for emergency use listing, EUL. The vaccine has been found to be safe, effective and quality assured following 2 doses of the inactivated vaccine. This makes SINOVAC the 8th vaccine to receive EUL from the WHO. The vaccine is produced by the Beijing-based pharmaceutical company Sinovac. World's first case of H1N3 avian influenza. China has reported the world's first case of a human infected with H1N3 avian influenza in its eastern province of Jiangsu. China's National Health Commission (NHC) confirmed this on the 1st of June 2021. The case, detected in a male aged 41 and living in Zhenjiang, a city in the eastern part of the province, was an occasional poultry to human transmission. Digitized versions of health schemes launched. Union Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan has launched digitized versions of flagship health schemes on the National Health Authority (NHA)SIT platform. The schemes are now cashless, paperless, and citizen-centric. The initiative will enable seamless delivery of healthcare services to eligible beneficiaries under these schemes by making the whole process paperless. One Nation, One Standard scheme launched. One Nation, One Standard scheme has been launched with an aim to synergize standards adopted by various standard development organizations in the country. The voluntary integration scheme of multiple standard formulating bodies will bring uniformity in the quality of goods and services produced in the country. It will be subjected to review at least once every 5 years. APIDA organizes a webinar. Agriculture and Processed Food Products Export Development Authority (APIDA) organized a webinar to commemorate World Milk Day. Secretary of Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying Atul Chaturvedi informed that the country will achieve the target for making India free from foot and mouth disease with vaccination by 2025. EAM chairs meeting of BRICS ministers. External Affairs Minister Drs. Jaishankar chaired the meeting of BRICS Ministers of Foreign Affairs through video conferencing on the 2nd of June 2021. On this occasion, they adopted and released the BRICS Joint Ministerial Statement on strengthening and reforming of the multilateral system. The ministers also discussed the need for reform of the multilateral system. Center introduces a new system. The center has introduced a new system for processing the insurance claims provided under Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Package (PMGKP) insurance scheme for the health workers fighting COVID. As per it, the due diligence will be done by the state gov at the level of district collector. The district collector will certify that the claim is in accordance with the standard operating procedure. Telangana Formation Day, the 2nd of June. The 2nd of June 2021 marked the 8th Formation Day of Telangana. Telangana was carved out of Andhra Pradesh and officially accorded statehood on this day in 2014. The state was formed after the Telangana Bill was passed in both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Telangana is India's then 29th and at present 28th state after Jammu and Kashmir were made union territory. India's Nagraj Adiger elected to IAU Council. India's Nagraj Adiger has been elected as the Asia-Oceania representative at the 2021 International Association of Ultrarunners (IAU) Congress. The Congress was held virtually on 22 and the 23rd of May 2021. For the Asia-Oceania representative, Adiger won by a margin of 7-3 against South Korea's Gilsoo Park. He will work closely with AFI and various gov bodies to encourage budding sportspersons. A book by Supriya Paul tells stories of Josh. Supriya Paul has come up with the stories of some unique individuals in her new book, All You Need Is Josh, Stories of Courage and Conviction in 21st Century India. A book is a collection of 30 awe-inspiring real-life stories of people bracing odds and obstacles and achieving their dreams. The stories in the book have been edited by Paul and published by Bloomsbury. The 30th of May, World Vape Day. World Vape Day is celebrated every year on the 30th of May, a day before World No Tobacco Day. The aim of World Vape Day is to raise awareness about the relative safety of e-cigarettes and their potential as harm reduction and smoking cessation tools. The aim is to encourage smokers who are unable to quit unaided to switch to safer alternatives. The day was first celebrated in 2012. NCPCR launches Bal Swaraj portal. The National Commission for Protection of Child Rights (NCPCR) has devised an online tracking portal, Bal Swaraj COVID Care Link, for children in need of care and protection. The portal aims at tracking the children affected by COVID-19 right from their production before the Child Welfare Committee (CWC) to the restoration of the children to their parent, guardian, or relative. Yes Bank's report on a growth estimate for FY22. Yes Bank has released a growth estimate report titled India GDP Marathon Effort Ahead, prepared by Yes Bank's Economist Department. Yes Bank on the 1st of June 2021 revised its growth estimate for India for the financial year 2021-22 to 8.5%. Its previous projection was 10.5%. As per the report, a sequential drop has been observed in the mobility and consumption indicators. Edelweiss sign and more with the Central Bank of India. Edelweiss Retail Finance Ltd (ERFL) on the 1st of June 2021 announced the strengthening of its co-lending partnership with the Central Bank of India for priority sector lending to micro, small and medium enterprises (MSMEs). MSMEs can now avail of collateral-free business loans up to 50 lakh rupees as against 10 lakh rupees earlier. Additionally, MSMEs can also avail of a loan against property up to 10 crore rupees. Moody's pegs India GDP growth at 9.3% in FY22. Moody's Investors Service on the 1st of June 2021 pegged India's GDP growth at 9.3% in the current fiscal ending March 2022 and 7.9% in FY23. India's economy contracted by 7.3% in fiscal 2020-21. Moody expects real GDP growth to average around 6%. The reimposition of lockdown due to ongoing pandemics has curbed economic activity. SBI economists cut FY22 GDP growth to 7.9%. SBI economists on the 1st of June 2021 sharply slashed their FY22 GDP growth estimates to 7.9%, the lowest among all analysts from the earlier projection of 10.4% growth. The real GDP for FY22 will be slightly higher than those in FY20, with a W-shaped recovery with two troughs. The Reserve Bank of India has maintained its growth estimate at 10.5% despite the emergence of the second wave. CPI for industrial workers eases to 5.14%. All India Consumer Price Index for industrial workers 2016 equals 100 for April 2021 increased to 120.1 points compared to 119.6 points for March 2021. Inflation for April 2021 went down to 5.14% compared to 5.64% in March 2021. Similarly, food inflation stood at 4.78% against 5.36% in March 2021 and 6.56% during the corresponding month a year ago. P. Chandran, Director General of Assam Rifles. Lieutenant General Pradeep Chandran Nair on the 1st of June 2021 took over as Director General of the Assam Rifles. Nair is the 21st Director General of the Assam Rifles, popularly known as Sentinels of the Northeast. Earlier, he had served as an Inspector General and a company commander in Assam Rifles. He is the awardee of the Ati Vishisht Seva Medal and Yudh Seva Medal. Swapan Dasgupta renominated to Rajya Sabha. Former journalist Swapan Dasgupta has been renominated to the upper house of Parliament, Rajya Sabha, by the government. The President nominates renowned personalities to the upper house on the advice of the government. The nominated members are drawn from fields such as literature, science, sports, art, and social service. IIM Bangalore Alumni Launch Initiative. Alumni of IIM Bangalore have launched the Donate a Vaccine fundraising initiative to donate 1 lakh vaccines for vaccination of people from the underprivileged sections of society. Union Minister Nirmala Sitharaman and Dr. Devi Shetty, Chair, IIMB Board of Governors, jointly launched the initiative on the 29th of May 2021. New Director of CCMB, Hyderabad. Dr. Vinay K. Nandikuri was appointed as the new Director of the CSEESC Center for Cellular and Molecular Biology, CCMB, Hyderabad on the 1st of June 2021. He is a well-known molecular biologist and has been a scientist at the DBT National Institute of Immunology, New Delhi. Dr. Nandikuri succeeded Dr. Rakesh K. Mishra as CSIR Center for Cellular and Molecular Biology, CCMB, Director. 13 more DCs empowered to grant citizenship. The House Ministry has empowered 13 extra district collectors in 5 states to grant citizenship certificates to candidates belonging to 6 minority communities from Pakistan, Bangladesh, and Afghanistan. The states are Gujarat, Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan, Haryana, and Punjab. The most recent notification ISN-T associated with the Citizenship Modification Act CAA. Brazil named Copa America host. Brazil has been named as the new host for Copa America after Colombia and Argentina were stripped of the tournament. Argentina was ruled out amid an increase in COVID-19 cases in the country. Colombia was removed as co-host on May 20, 2021, as street protests against President Iván Duque rocked the nation. The tournament is confirmed to take place between June 13 and July 10, 2021. RDSO, Standard Development Organization. RDSO, which sets standards for the railway sector, has become the first standards body in the country to join the central government's One Nation, One Standard scheme that aims to ensure quality products to Indian consumers. The Research Design and Standards Organization RDSO has now been recognized as a standard developing organization by the Bureau of Indian Standards BIS. Nitin Rakesh and Jerry Wind win an award. The authors Nitin Rakesh and Jerry Wind have made history by winning the prestigious International Business Book of the Year award for 2021. They were awarded for their recently launched book Transformation in Times of Crisis, published by Notion Press. The Business Book Awards is one of the biggest and most prestigious events in the calendar for business book writers all over the world. Colonial killings in Namibia as genocide. Germany is officially recognizing the colonial-era massacre of people in Namibia as genocide and has agreed to provide funding to help the communities affected. The move announced is the result of more than 5 years of talks about killings between 1904 and 1908. As part of it, Germany will provide €1.1 billion, $1.3 billion, for projects that are expected to stretch over 30 years. CSEESC sign more to encourage SME. BSE Ltd, earlier known as Bombay Stock Exchange, has signed an MoU with Electronics and Computer Software Export Promotion Council (ESC). It will create awareness about the benefits of listing among information and communications technology (ICT) SMEs and startups. ESC works as a bridge between the government and industry on policy and promotional issues. Eastern Army Command gets new chief. The Eastern Command got a new commander, with Lt. General Manoj Pandey taking the charge on the 1st of June 2021. The country's only Tri-Service Command, Andaman and Nicobar Command, ANC, which Lt. General Pandey headed, also got a new commander on the 1st of June 2021 when Lieutenant General Singh took over. Lt. General Pandey took the charge from Lt. General Anil Chauhan, who retired on the 31st of May 2021. Ravneet Singh, Deputy Chief of Naval Staff. Vice Admiral Ravneet Singh, Ati Vishisht Seva Medal (AVSM) and Nausena Medal (nanometer) holder have assumed charge as the Deputy Chief of Naval Staff. He was commissioned into the Indian Navy on July 1, 1983, and specialized in aviation. He replaced Vice Admiral M.S. Pawar, a Param Vishisht Seva Medal (PVSM) (AVSM) Vishisht Seva Medal (VSM) holder, who superannuated on May 31, 2021. Austria releases Islam map. Austria has released a national map of Islam, portraying mosques, communities, and other such places of congregation across the country. Minister Suzanne Raab has unveiled a website with an interactive map showing names and locations of more than 600 mosques, associations, and officials and their possible links abroad. NASA to send water bears to space station. On June 3, 2021, NASA will send 128 glow-in-the-dark baby squids and some 5,000 tardigrades, also called water bears, to the International Space Station for research purposes. The water animals, which will be launched aboard SpaceX's 22nd cargo resupply mission to the ISS, are part of experiments that could help scientists design improved protective measures for astronauts. IIT Roorkee researchers discover new fossils. IIT Roorkee researchers have discovered new fossils that show India was home to a variety of sea cows millions of years ago. Sea cows, or dugongs, are an endangered species of herbivorous marine mammals, which feed on seagrass in shallow coastal waters. Although protected in India under the Wildlife Protection Act, 1972, these rare animals are fighting for survival in the Indian waters. Centre allocates 3,410 crore rupees to Gujarat. The centre has allocated a 3,410 rupees crore grant to Gujarat under the Jal Jeevan Mission (JJM) and has released its first tranche of 852 crore rupees. During 2020-21, 10.94 lakh rural households in Gujarat were provided tap water connections. The state has 92.92 lakh rural households, out of which now 77.21 lakh or 83% households have a tap water connection. India's largest statue of reclining Buddha. India's largest statue of the reclining Buddha will be installed at the Buddha International Welfare Mission Temple in Bodh Gaya. On the 26th of May 2021, the statue was to have been installed, but the ceremony has been put off due to COVID-19 restrictions. The giant 100-foot fiberglass statue was built by a team of 22 artisans in Kolkata. A reclining statue represents Buddha during his last illness. The end. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, comment and subscribe.